How TO harness your invisible power. The CIA's classified mind experiments reveal shocking truth about thought vibration. You are meant for more, awakening the inner creator. There is a moment, subtle, sacred, when the noise of the world grows quiet enough for you to hear something deeper. A quiet truth rises. You are not lost. You are becoming. You were not born to chase approval or perform perfection. Beneath the layers of noise, duty, and distraction, you are something vast, aware, creative, whole. That part of you has never disappeared. It's only been waiting for you to remember. You are not meant to survive your days. You are meant to shape them. You are the artist of your experience, the weaver of meaning, the spark of consciousness within this life. The ache you felt is not emptiness. It's your deeper self calling forward a more aligned life. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin intentionally, presently, honestly. Let this be the moment where you stop asking for permission and start offering your presence. Let this be the day you say, I am ready not to be perfect, but to be real, to be here, to create, because you were never too late, and you were always meant for more. The power of thought. Everything begins with a thought. Before any structure rises, before a word is spoken, before a single action is taken, there is thought. Subtle, inward, unseen, but immensely powerful. We often underestimate the quiet machinery of the mind, thinking of thoughts as passive or inconsequential. But thoughts are not background noise. They are blueprints, signals, seeds. Your mind is not just a place where ideas float. It is a field of creation. What you think, what you dwell on, what you imagine or fear, each forms a vibrational pattern. And those patterns shape the way you interpret reality. More than that, they influence what you attract, how you behave, what you notice, and what you miss. This is not mysticism in the shallow sense. It is ancient truth, echoed in quantum physics, esoteric traditions, and spiritual teachings alike. Consciousness shapes form. Awareness determines experience. Most people create unconsciously. They repeat loops of fear. They dwell on lack, guilt, failure. They assume limits without questioning them. And then they wonder why life reflects those assumptions. But when you begin to think with awareness, when you notice what you're rehearsing internally, you gain access to creative power. Visualization is not fantasy. Belief is not naivety. Focused thought is not idle. They are tools of construction. When you pause to see a new possibility and truly feel it, you plant a seed. When you hold a vision long enough, it takes root. And when aligned thought is followed by aligned action, your life begins to shift, quietly at first, then undeniably. The question is not, can I do this? The question is, what am I already creating by default? You're already using this power every moment of every day. The only question is whether you're wielding it consciously. And so, begin with stillness, then imagine boldly, then move as though it's already real. That is how thought becomes reality. You are not waiting on the world. The world is responding to you. The mind, your supercomputer. Your mind is not just a tool. It's a supercomputer, vast, powerful, precise. But like all great systems, its output depends entirely on its programming. Every memory, every emotional imprint, every belief you've adopted, consciously or unconsciously, becomes part of the code your mind runs in the background. The process is not just your actions, but how you interpret the world, how you perceive yourself, and what you believe is possible. But here's the key truth. Your beliefs act like invisible filters. They don't just shape your worldview, they construct it. Your subconscious isn't discerning. It follows instructions. It doesn't ask whether your beliefs are empowering or limiting. It simply reinforces them. Over time, these thought loops become your lens. If you believe life is hard, you'll subconsciously collect evidence to prove that. If you believe you're not enough, your mind will filter out signs of your worth. It's not punishment, it's programming. And here's the empowering part. You can rewrite it. If you want to change your outer life, you must begin by examining your inner architecture. What are the scripts running your perception? Who wrote them, your conscious self, or the accumulated noise of society, fear, and conditioning? The first step is radical honesty. Are your thoughts aligned with your highest self or with old wounds? Are your daily affirmations rooted in expansion or self-doubt? Are your beliefs opening doors or quietly closing them? Transformation begins at this edge of awareness. When you start to see the subconscious not as an enemy, but as an immensely loyal assistant, it changes everything. You realize that manifestation is not magic. It's mechanics. Your thoughts train your focus trains your energy, and your energy trains your actions, which shape your outcomes. So train your mind. Question its assumptions. Offer it better instructions. Feed it visions of wholeness and truth. You don't have to be perfect. You simply have to be conscious. The mind is not the master, but it is a brilliant servant. When aligned with your soul, it becomes a tool for liberation. You're not broken. You're just running an outdated operating system. And the update is available now if you choose it. The science of vibration and energy. Modern science is beginning to echo what ancient mystics, sages, and spiritual traditions have long understood. Everything is energy. At the quantum level, matter isn't solid. It's vibration. Molecules, atoms, subatomic particles, all oscillating in dynamic fields of energy. This means the world around you, and even the body you inhabit, is in constant motion. You are not a static being, you are a vibrating system. But it goes deeper. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions don't just exist in your mind. They emit frequencies. Subtle, yes, but measurable and impactful. They are vibrations sent out into the field that surrounds you, what some might call the quantum field, others might call the divine matrix, or simply reality. These vibrations influence what you attract. This isn't metaphor, it's resonance. Just like tuning forks vibrate in harmony with matching frequencies, your inner state magnetizes outer experiences. When you're centered in joy, compassion, or gratitude, your vibration rises. You become aligned with high-frequency outcomes. Synchronicities, support, clarity. When you spiral into fear, shame, or resentment, your energy constricts, and the world begins to reflect that internal turbulence. Your vibration is your broadcast signal. You're not a passive participant in the universe, you're a transmitter. You are shaping your experience not only by what you do, but by what you are being. Moment by moment, this understanding changes everything. It reveals that your thoughts aren't just private, they're powerful. That your emotions aren't distractions, they're creative forces. And that personal healing is not only an internal act, it's an energetic realignment that affects everything you touch. So ask yourself, what am I vibrating right now? What signal am I broadcasting through my presence, my thoughts, my posture, my choices? What am I energetically available for? Raising your vibration isn't about perfection or pretending to be positive all the time. It's about becoming conscious. It's about clearing distortion, aligning with truth, and choosing frequencies that reflect the life you want to create. When you take responsibility for your vibration, you reclaim your power. Because the world doesn't just respond to your effort, it responds to your energy. Intentional fields, the blueprint of reality. Every structure in the physical world, every tree, every invention, every relationship, emerges not from matter first, but from energy, and behind that, intention. Before something exists in form, it exists in consciousness. Behind what we see is an unseen architecture, a living, breathing pattern of vibration, shaped by thought and emotion. These are called intentional fields, invisible blueprints of reality, created and sustained by awareness. You are already interacting with these fields. Every time you focus your thoughts, hold a desire, or envision a future, you are feeding an intentional field. You're giving it structure, rhythm, and magnetism. Over time, that field begins to align events, people, and opportunities around you. It becomes an attractor, not by force, but by resonance. This isn't magic, it's alignment. Your outer world is not separate from your inner state. In fact, the outer is a reflection of the inner. What you perceive as coincidence or chance is often the visible echo of an energetic field you've already activated through intention, consciously or unconsciously. Think of it this way: just like a blueprint shapes a building before the first brick is laid, your intention shapes reality before anything happens on the surface. This means the people you meet are not random. They are drawn by the signal you emit. The opportunities you encounter resonate with your internal frequency. Even the challenges you face are reflections of what needs healing, clearing, or completion within you. And none of this means blame, it means power. You are not a passive receiver of reality. You are a co-creator. And your most powerful tool? Conscious intention. When you set an intention and nourish it, not just with thought, but with emotional presence, gratitude, and trust, you energize the field. It begins to move, not always instantly and not always predictably, but always in alignment with what you truly hold within. So pause and reflect. What intentions are you feeding today? Are you nourishing fields of fear or of possibility? What kind of blueprint are you holding in your energy? The future is not waiting to be stumbled upon. It is already forming right now through the quality of your focus. Reality is not just built. It's allowed into form through clarity, coherence, and consciousness. Your intentions matter. They are the seed. They are the signal. They are the silent forces building the world you step into next. Changing beliefs, changing reality. Your beliefs shape your reality, quietly, relentlessly, and with astonishing precision. They are not just mental opinions. They are energetic instructions to the universe. Think of your beliefs as the code running the operating system of your life. They filter every experience, color every perception, and either open or close doors before you even reach them. If you believe the world is scarce, your attention will find scarcity everywhere. If you believe you are unworthy, you will unconsciously push away love, abundance, and recognition, even while consciously craving them. But the opposite is also true. If you begin to believe in possibility, life begins to open. If you believe you're worthy of transformation, you'll notice pathways where before there were only walls. The key is this: beliefs are not fixed. They can be rewritten. And once they are, your energetic field, your frequency shifts. From that new frequency, you begin to attract, create, and embody a new experience of life. Not by force, but by resonance. So how do you begin? It starts with awareness. Begin to observe the beliefs you repeat, especially the ones hiding behind your inner dialogue. That's just how life is. I could never do that. I'm not the kind of person who gets those things. Each of these is not a truth. It's a belief, and beliefs can be questioned, softened, replaced. Next comes education. Feed your mind with ideas that reflect your highest potential. Read stories of those who defied odds. Immerse yourself in teachings that remind you of your power. Learn about the science of neuroplasticity, the laws of vibration, and the mechanics of manifestation. This knowledge plants new seeds. But education alone isn't enough. You must practice. You must apply what you understand. Embody it. Start small. Shift your self-talk. Say, I can, where you used to say, I can't. Hold your vision longer than your fear. Take one aligned action, even if it's imperfect. Because only when knowledge becomes lived truth does it become power. Transformation does not ask for perfection. It asks for willingness. The more you reinforce empowered beliefs with intentional action, the more reality bends to meet you there. Life becomes not just something that happens to you, but something you shape. Your beliefs are the foundation of your internal energy field. Shift them and you shift everything. Imagination, the portal of creation. Everything that exists, every structure, invention, piece of art, or idea began in the unseen. Before it was matter, it was energy. Before it was reality, it was thought. Imagination is not escape, it is access. It is the portal through which reality is conceived, shaped, and born. It's the invisible architecture behind the visible world. Most of us were taught that imagination is for children or creatives. But the truth is, imagination is the origin of every reality you experience. Whether you're conscious of it or not, you're imagining constantly about the future, about yourself, about what's possible. and those inner images form the blueprint of your outer life. Manifestation, then, is not magic. It is the intentional alignment of your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and vision with a desired outcome. To create effectively, for energetic ingredients must be present. 1. Belief. Belief is the foundation. Without it, imagination becomes fantasy. With belief, imagination becomes a seed with a future. You don't need unwavering certainty, just enough trust to keep envisioning, even when you see no evidence yet. 2. Desire. Desire is the fire. It's the emotion that energizes the vision. It's not craving born of lack, but a soul-aligned longing to express, experience, or become something more. Pure desire is magnetic. It pulls reality toward it. 3. Imagination. Imagination is the canvas. It's the ability to see and feel what doesn't yet exist in physical form. True imagination takes courage to envision things not as they are, but as they could be. The more vividly you imagine, the more clearly you signal the universe. 4. Patience. Patience is the womb. It holds the space for gestation. All creation happens in cycles: planting, nourishing, and waiting. Patience isn't passive, it's trust in the unseen, the belief that what is yours is already making its way to you. This is how thoughts become things. This is how a dream becomes a direction, and then a destination. When you align imagination with belief, infuse it with desire, and let it unfold in divine timing, you activate the most sacred of powers, the power to shape your own life. Not by force, but through creative resonance. You are not here to simply observe reality. You are here to participate in its creation. Your mind is the doorway. Your imagination is the key. The forgotten wisdom of the ancients. There was a time, long before modern distractions and digital noise, when wisdom was not stored in books but in breath, in silence, in the stillness of nature. The ancients knew something we have forgotten, something that calls to us still, like a whisper from the bones of the earth. They understood that the universe was not separate from them, but a living mirror. Every star, every tree, every gust of wind was part of their being. They didn't observe nature, they became it. They meditated not to escape life, but to merge with it. Through focused visualization, breathwork, and deep presence, they expanded their consciousness into the world around them. They didn't see the self as confined to the body. The I was a drop within the ocean, and the ocean within the drop. The ancients practiced entering the frequency of a falcon's flight, the pulse of a river's flow, the stillness of a mountain's presence. They didn't just believe everything was connected, they experienced it. Directly, fully, reverently. To them, the external world was not random or separate. It was a reflection of the inner world. What was unhealed inside would appear in the world as conflict. What was sacred within would bloom as peace. This ancient knowing, once universal, has been buried beneath centuries of forgetfulness, distraction, and disconnection. But it's still here, in you, in all of us, waiting. The world today aches for remembering, and you, reading this, are part of that remembering. You are not here by accident. You are part of the reawakening. The ancient wisdom lives not in the past, but in presence, in the still awareness that sees through illusion. And when you begin to slow down, breathe deeply, and listen, you begin to remember too. You are not separate from this world. You are the earth walking, the cosmos dreaming, the wind listening. You are not just in the field. You are the field. You are the awareness flowing through all things. Now is the time to reclaim that knowing, to align not just intellectually, but experientially with what the ancient ones held sacred. That true power is not control. It is communion. That true knowledge is not memorized, it is lived. And that you, just as you are already part of the mystery, already connected, already whole. All that remains is to remember. You are the magician. To create your reality is not to deny the world around you. It is to understand its nature at the deepest level. The true magician does not escape reality. They engage it fully, with eyes wide open, heart steady, and mind aware. They know the paradox. that this world is both real and illusory, both grounded and mysterious. They walk between the visible and the invisible, anchored in both logic and spirit. The magician doesn't resist the storm, they recognize it. They feel the wind, they observe the chaos, but they do not become it, because they know they are not the storm, they are the awareness within it. They do not seek control through force. They shape reality by presence, by intention, by the quiet power of alignment with the unseen laws of energy, vibration, and consciousness. They trust in what cannot be measured. They plant seeds in the invisible, knowing it will take form in the visible. They act in the world, but are not trapped by its noise. This is not fantasy. This is the ancient science of inner mastery. The magician is not a myth. The magician is anyone who dares to awaken. And that means you. You are not here to be defined by limitation. You are not a random echo in a meaningless world. You are a spark of the divine, a soul cloaked in matter, a creator disguised as a character. You are here to remember. You are here to reclaim your tools. Sparkle's faith, the unwavering trust in the unseen. Sparkle's imagination, the gateway to infinite possibility. Sparkle's action, the alchemy that brings vision to life. Sparkle's self-trust, the key to unlock your inner current. You are not bound by the stories you inherited. You are not limited by what others failed to see in you. You are here to transmute fear into wisdom, pain into power, doubt into light. This is not the path of ego. It is the path of embodied spirit. You are the magician, not because you hold control over the world, but because you understand the truth. The world begins within you. Reality is not fixed. It is fluid. It bends toward belief, intention, and conscious presence. You are not just a participant in life. You are its composer. So now, pick up your wand, your breath, your thought, your presence. Look into the mirror of the world and begin to shape it, not by force, but by remembrance. You are the magician, and the world is your spell. The final truth. If you want to change your life, don't just change your habits. Change your frequency. Your inner energy shapes everything you experience. It's the invisible current that carries your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings into reality. When your world feels stuck or out of sync, don't ask the outside to change. Instead, look inward. Ask yourself, what thoughts am I feeding? What beliefs hold me back? What vision am I quietly creating? The world outside is a mirror of your inner state. By calming your mind and focusing your attention, you tune your frequency to attract what you truly desire. This isn't magic. It's the natural flow of creation. You are not a passive bystander. You are the architect of your reality. So pause, breathe, feel the power within, the part of you that knows you are meant for more. Hold that vision with confidence and let it guide your actions. Stop resisting the old and start radiating the new. When you do, the universe reshapes itself to support your authentic life. The power has always been inside you. Now is the time to claim it and build something beautiful. You are the creator. You are the dream made real.